Hello and welcome to Gardening Through the Seasons. I'm Extension Entomologist Layton, and today we're going to talk about some of the more common methods that home gardeners can use to apply insecticides to vegetable and ornamental plants. Now, treating for insects is not one of the more enjoyable gardening activities, but it does have to be done from time to time if you're going to have a successful garden. When applying insecticides, it is important to think about where the pest you're trying to control occurs on the plant and target your treatment to this area. Pests such as aphids spend most of their time on the undersides of leaves, and this is also true for whiteflies and many other pests, and this means you have to get the insecticide to the underside of the leaf. Keep this point in mind when making insecticide treatments and you will get better control. The first step in making any type of insecticide application is to read the label. Make sure the product is labeled for the plant you need to treat. Make sure you understand how to properly apply the insecticide, and make sure you have the appropriate personal protective equipment. Traditionally, many home vegetable gardeners used insecticide dust. Dusts were popular because they are convenient and easy to use, but they do have some important disadvantages. In particular, dusts are unsightly, they're easier to over-apply, and they're not as effective as sprays because it's difficult to get good coverage of the undersides of leaves. In recent years, we've seen a big increase in the number of ready-to-use insecticide sprays available to home gardeners, and these are a better alternative to dust for small plantings. Ready-to-use insecticide sprays come pre-diluted in some type of trigger pump spray bottle, and this makes them convenient and easy to use. If you only have 3 or 4 pepper plants or a few potted ornamental plants on the patio, ready-to-use sprays will probably be your preferred method of application. Just be sure the product you buy is labeled for the plant or plants you plan to treat. If you have a large vegetable garden or large plantings of ornamental plants, you will probably use a pump-up hand sprayer to make most of your insecticide applications. These sprayers come in various sizes ranging from a quart to 2 or 3 gallons, and I include hand-powered backpack sprayers in this category. If you use one of these type sprayers, you will need to purchase insecticide concentrates and dilute with water according to label directions. In most cases, the label will tell you how many teaspoons or fluid ounces of insecticide to mix per gallon of water. Be sure to agitate the spray mix well before applying, and be sure to direct at least half of the spray to the undersides of the leaves. After you finish spraying, rinse the sprayer out with clean water and flush clean water through the hose and spray nozzle before you store your sprayer. Don't omit this step or you will regret it later. If you use Roundup or other herbicides on your property from time to time, then it's a really good idea to have 2 sprayers. One that you only use to apply herbicides to kill plants that you want to kill, and another that you only use to apply insecticides and fungicides to protect plants that you want to grow. There are a few insecticides that will be absorbed by the roots of plants and translocated to the leaves when they are applied to the surrounding soil. Such insecticides are said to have systemic activity, and some systemic insecticides can be applied to soil drenches. Liquid soil drench treatments are applied by diluting the proper amount of insecticide in water and using a watering can to pour the solution over the soil surrounding the plant. Systemic drench treatments tend to be slower acting but relatively long lasting, and they are most commonly used on ornamental trees and shrubs. You can find more information on insecticide application in Extension Publication 2369, Insect Pests of Perennial Plants in the Home Landscape, and in Publication 2347, Insect Pests of the Home Vegetable Garden. You can find these publications at your local county extension office or by going to www.msucares.com and clicking on Publications. That's all for this edition of Gardening Through the Seasons. I'm Extension Entomologist Layton, and don't forget to rinse that sprayer out when you're finished using it.